Everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica, and on today's video I'm going to be doing my final foundation review for 5 days of foundation for March, and we will be doing the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This is a lot of people's favorite drugstore foundation. They have a wide range of colors. I actually did not pick up the lightest color in this foundation. I did get color 112, which is natural ivory. I believe the lightest color is 110. So yeah, this is for normal to oily skin, and I'm starting to get more oily as we get closer to springtime. I know I've probably said that every time in the last 4 videos, but I am starting to get a little bit more oily. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the Maybelline website and read you some of the claims for the Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. So it does come in 40 shades, so it does do a pretty decent range. Now, like I said, I do have natural ivory. They do have some newer shades. There comes a 102, which is fair porcelain, and a 105, which is fair ivory, and I'm wondering if maybe one of those shades might do it for me. But then again, the 110 shade, the porcelain shade, I thought was too light. So we will see. I haven't yet tested this on my skin yet. But there are 40 shades. It goes fairly deep with the newer shades that they've recently added. And it does have 4.3 stars on the Maybelline website. It says, want the perfect foundation fit? It's all about matching skin tone and texture. Mattifying liquid formula ideal for normal to oily. It is this is the Matte and Poreless Foundation Face Makeup. This lightweight foundation mattifies and refines pores and leaves a natural seamless finish. The benefits, it's ideal for normal to oily skin. Our exclusive matte foundation formula features micro powders to control shine and blur pores. It's pore minimizing foundation, dermatologist tested, allergy tested, non-comedogenic. All right, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and get some of this out. I did shake it before, but I'll shake it a little bit more now. So what is currently on my skin, I've already put it on. It's my favorite, the Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist. I'm probably going to start getting out of this a little bit. I don't know. We'll see as we get closer to spring and summer how my skin is acting, and maybe I will continue to use that. I do have the Milk Makeup Cooling Water just underneath my eyes today, and I also added the Belif moisturizing eye balm. I actually just got this in a beauty box in February, and I've been paying close attention to my under eyes this morning because I am going to be using concealer. I also have 2 primers on. I have the NYX Hydra Touch Primer. This is only like the second or third time I'm using this, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on this, but I wanted to use a hydrating primer given that this is the matte and poreless, and I'm still kind of in that in-between normal phase right now. And I do have just some Professional just on my nose. Nowhere else, just my nose today. So I am going to be applying this with both a sponge and a brush. I've got my Flower Beauty sponge. This one, I love this sponge, but I'm getting to the point where I'm having a hard time getting all the stains out. So I did wash this. It just is stained at this point. So I did just order a new one yesterday. So I'll be going to get that at Walmart here in a day or two once it actually gets to my store, because my store doesn't carry flour. And then I'm going to be using the Love is the Foundation brush. This is, again, I just used this once, so it does have a little bit of foundation on that, but rubbing it on my skin, nothing's coming off. So I'm going to be using the brush on the right side of my face and the sponge on the left side of my face. Okay, I do have an air bubble. This does not have a pump on it, which is kind of a shame because, like, I got foundation all in the inside of the lid when I took the lid off. It just, because I had an air bubble, so. All right. I'm going to pour a little bit out on the back of my hand. And, all right, so this color is looking pretty good. It's kind of liquidy, so it's not looking too bad right now. And I have another air bubble. All right, I'm going to go ahead and dot this all over my face. I don't think this is one that dries real fast, so I think I have enough time to get it dotted everywhere. And I'm a little concerned. When I first poured this out on my hand, it was lighter than it currently is. So this might oxidize on me, which I hope it doesn't. But we shall see. I managed to get a little bit of the foundation in my eyebrows, so I might have to do my eyebrows today. I wasn't planning on that, but we shall see. All right, I'm going to go in with the Flower Beauty sponge on this side. Okay, my sponge for some reason soaked a lot of this up. And this is a damp sponge. If you've ever seen a Flower Beauty sponge, it gets very, very squishy and it's definitely damp. And I feel like I'm gonna zoom you in. So I hope the camera will pick it up, but looking in my mirror, the sponge made this very much more sheer. Like I can still see some redness like right in here. I have a couple of red spots. And definitely this spot down here, it's definitely not gone. And even like on my forehead, I have a little tiny pimple right there that's not covered up. But I had another one right here, which is for the most part covered up. And a couple of blemishes on this side that are covered up. So I definitely got a much sheerer coverage on this side with a sponge than with the brush. So what I think I'm going to do is just get a little bit more out on my hand and put that on with a brush on this side of my face. And then I think what I'm going to do is go over the whole face with the sponge. Okay, so this definitely has oxidized on my skin. Absolutely, it has definitely oxidized on my skin. You can see on my neck, there is a clear line of demarcation where I stopped. So I'm going to just try to blend that down my neck a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely oxidized. So I probably should have went with the 110 color. It just looked really, really pale in the jar or in the bottle, and I didn't want to go too light and look like a ghost. So yeah, I think it just oxidized a little bit. I wasn't aware that this was a foundation that oxidized on people. But then again, everybody has different experiences too. So, all right, it's definitely transferring. It's definitely transferring. It's got on my hands. And so I'm going to go ahead and powder this. I should have picked up the Maybelline Fit Me powder, but I didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and use the number 7. I know the Maybelline Fit Me powder is amazing. A lot of people really, really love that powder. I'm going to use this one that I have from number 7. This is, I forget what they call it. This is the Perfect Light Loose Powder. And it is supposed to be translucent. It does have a little bit of a pinky tone to it. We're going to go ahead and just try to set this. I am going to put some concealer on, so I'm going to stay away from my eyes. All right, it's not transferring now, which is good. So far I'm actually really liking this. I'm not sure about the powder. It was actually looking kind of like dewy almost on my skin before I powdered, and maybe I just didn't give it enough time to dry down, because some foundations need to dry down a little bit, but with the powder on, it's definitely looking matte. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and then I will come back and check in. It is 11:44. I'm getting a little bit of a late start today, but I will wear this till 8 o'clock, so it's not a problem. Yeah, right now I'm actually thinking it's looking really nice. I'm just trying to look in my mirror here. I don't feel like it's too deep into my imperfections along my chin. They're definitely starting to get in a little bit on this side because these are a little bit deeper than this side over here, but it's actually covering up my blemishes fairly decently right now with the brush. It wasn't doing such a good job with the sponge alone, but with the brush it is. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and I will be back in just a moment. All right, I am back on my face. I have the ColourPop Dream Street palette on my eyes with Kathleen Lights. I have this Pixie and Miriam McQuillage. I'm not sure if that's pronouncing it correctly. This is the Strobe and Bronze Glow and Bronze palette. I have the Flower Pot in Sweet Pea, the ColourPop Lippy Stick in Aquarius. This is the cream finish. the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, the Bad Gal Bang Mascara from Benefit, and this is my first time trying this, but this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Erase Dark Circles Concealer. Not sure about this one yet. It is going quite deeply into my lines here, even though I did set it with that powder as soon as I had it on. So I think that is everything. So let's talk about this foundation. So I already have you zoomed in, but I'm having a couple of issues with it that I want to just point out now. Let's check the time real quick before I go into that. It is 12:05, so it took me about 20 minutes to get my makeup on. My biggest issue is right here around my lips. I don't know that I've ever seen a foundation fall into lines like it is doing right here. And it's doing a little bit on this side as well, right there. I didn't even know I had lines there. So that is interesting. And it's not like I'm sitting here like pouting or angry or anything like that. I just don't know what's going on right there. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even realize I had lines there. I mean, yes, over here, but like right along my lip line, right in here, I didn't know. It's doing the funky thing on my chin again. That seems like every foundation does. That's okay. I'm old. Other than that, I think it's laying really nicely on my cheeks, really nicely on my forehead. Again, it's just my typical problem areas. It's getting a little bit cakey already around my nose right there. But that could be the amount of powder that I put on. It's also on this side as well. So, overall right now, I'm not hating it, with the exception of that area right around my upper lip that it's causing me to have some sort of weird, lining. I don't know what's going on there. So, right now, 20 minutes in, it's not bad. Like I said, there's just a couple of areas that are concerning. So I will keep an eye, especially on that lip area. Like if I'm just sitting here resting, can you see it right in there? Like I can definitely see it in my mirror. I'm hoping the camera's picking it up. But I will definitely keep an eye on that area as I'm going forward. I'm going to check in somewhere around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Probably closer to 4 o'clock if I can remember. And we will see how it goes. I'm trying to see if this is going to transfer. It's not looking too bad right now. I hope it continues to not be too bad. That is the one thing that I really don't like, is transferring foundation. And in yesterday's video, you saw the NARS one that was transferring like crazy. Considering it said it was a transfer. Anyway. So yeah, right now, it's not looking too bad other than those couple of spots. So I'm going to go ahead and go about my day. I'm about to film another video, which you will have already seen. It posted a week and a half ago, actually, by the time this is posting. So I am about to go film another video, and we'll see how it holds up. So I will see you guys in about 3.5 hours. Okay, everybody. So it's time for my check-in. I have my mirror in my hand, so give me a second. All right. The time is just about 4:30. So, yeah. I've had this on over 4 hours now. And it is raining, so it's overcast, but it's not too sunny out. But I'm getting some pretty good natural light, I think. And I'm going to be looking down at the mirror that's right below the camera, right here. So bear with me. The thing that was going on my lips, it doesn't look like it's still happening. Like it is on this side, but on this side it looks better. So it's not happening over there right now, but it is happening over here. And other than that, I think I feel like this is looking really good. So I just sat here and looked at my skin for a couple minutes before turning the camera on. But like, you look at my forehead, down to the side, down to my cheek, My chin, this cheek. I just feel like it looks actually really good. And this is a fairly inexpensive drugstore foundation. I mean, my biggest complaint is my under eyes, but that is probably the concealer, not the actual foundation that I'm wearing. So, yeah, I'm actually really pleased. I think it looks really natural. I'm looking at my forehead. I think it looks good. I mean, it's definitely not full coverage. This is not, at least the way I applied it, it is not a full coverage foundation. It's probably medium, I would say, because I feel like I can see my skin right now. My nose isn't looking too bad. So, it was caking up a little bit earlier, and now it actually looks like it has melted together really well on my skin and looks really nice. Sorry, this hair is bothering me. There's like one hair hanging down. But overall, I think 4 hours in, a little over 4 hours in, I think it's looking really nice other than my under eyes. I think the issue that was on my lip has pretty much gone away. I don't know if that's just from it like settling into my skin better or what, but overall right now I'm really liking this foundation. I'm surprised. I mean, this is a really hyped foundation. A lot of people love it. It's a lot of people's holy grail drugstore foundation or just foundation period. And I was very nervous to try it because some foundations just don't work on my skin. I mean, you can still see my imperfections, like definitely right there on my cheek, on my chin. You can see my scars, but I think it looks very natural, which I like. So that's where we're at 4 hours. I will see you guys after 8 o'clock tonight. So another 4 hours or so. All right. Okay, and I am back. The time is now 8:42. So it's been almost 9 hours because I believe the original check-in time was around 11:45. So it has been almost 9 hours, and actually I'm not having a problem with this makeup at all. I don't really feel it except for right around the sides of my nose and my nose creases because, let's be honest, my nose creases are pretty deep. I don't know. I have a round nose, which is fine. It's just the way my nose is, and that's fine. But because of that, I do have those creases in my nose. But I don't really feel like I have anything on my face. I'm actually really, really comfortable right now in this foundation. I don't feel like the most uncomfortable part of my face right now is my lips. I really don't like wearing lipstick, even like the crayon type. That's probably the most comfortable for me, but my lips feel chapped. So, anyhow, as far as the foundation goes, I'm going to zoom you in and we can talk about it. Okay, so I am really pleased with the way this makeup looks 9 hours in. I would not hesitate to wear this to a day of work. I would say that my favorite is still the CYO foundation from January. That's definitely still has got to be my long-running favorite that I can wear for a long period of time and feel very comfortable in. But this one isn't too bad. I think this one is about around the same price, maybe a little bit lower, maybe a little bit cheaper. But overall, I'm really liking this. The biggest complaint I have right now is my nose. This is a matte foundation, and my nose is shiny, but I've had it on for 9 hours. Now, I don't know what this would look like in the summer. If I was wearing this in the summer when I have a tendency to get much more greasy. But right now, I think it looks really good on my skin. I'm just looking at some of the areas that I had problems with earlier today. So, for example, the area on my lips where it was really falling into some lines and I was really unhappy with it. Not a problem right now. And I'm not having a problem with that. Actually, I think it looks pretty decent around my mouth. It's a little bit in the lines on this side. If the camera's going to pick that up, I'm not sure because it's very faint. It's not nearly what it was earlier. And on this side, it looks like it's completely gone. I do feel like my nose is shiny. I feel like a little bit in here and my cheeks are shiny, but that, and down here on my chin, basically my T-zone, except for my forehead. My forehead looks really good. But overall, I'm actually really pleased with this foundation. Like I said, I don't feel like I have anything on my skin. And for me and the way I like to wear makeup, I couldn't ask for anything more. I think it looks really nice. I think it looks nice on top of that. I mean, I can definitely say that like in the creases of my nose, it has definitely settled. I wouldn't even say caked in this. I would say that it has settled because I don't feel like it's really thick in those areas. I think it's just settled. I think that my scars, my acne scars in here around my lower mouth, they don't look that bad. Like down in here, they don't look worse than they do without makeup. So I'm very pleased there. But overall, I'm looking in my little mirror here. Overall, I'm actually really, really pleased with this makeup. I think it feels really good. I think it looks really good. It has been more transfer resistant than the NARS one was that I had on yesterday, in yesterday's video. I am actually filming these a couple days apart, but in yesterday's video, the NARS one, you would touch it and it would transfer. And here I'm touching this and there's really nothing on my fingers. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, this is not the most transfer resistant foundation that I've tried so far, but it's pretty decent. So yeah, I don't know. I can't say anything really bad about this other than the fact that it's supposed to be a matte and I'm starting to show a little bit of oil at 9 hours, which again, I can't complain about. I think it's doing better than some foundations that have like the NARS had a 16-hour claim, and I can't remember which one I had, but there was one recently here that I tried that was a 24-hour claim, you know? So I don't think this is bad at all. In fact, I would recommend it. And it's like a $6 foundation at the drugstore. CYO would still be my favorite if you were asking me my opinion. I think the e.l.f. one was pretty good that I tried earlier in this series. I think it posted on Monday. Yeah, can't say anything bad about it. So I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have tried this one or if you've tried the dewier one. I can't remember what that one is called, but they do have a dewy one for dry skin. What do you think of this foundation? I know that I've gotten at least 1 or 2 comments that the commenters' holy grail, you know, and that's great. Fantastic. Anyhow, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please hit the red subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the little bell to notify you when I do upload new videos. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section below. I love to read them. I do respond or try to interact with every comment I get. I am usually a week or so behind, but I do try to do some sort of interaction with everybody because I do appreciate everyone who takes the time to leave me a comment. So I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye.